I'm not a crook.
That's like, all right, you're fucking loading up the ammo. I can do it. I can get there and be okay.
Yeah.
It's one of those things.
To that, the second location, but that's why I have coffee.
There you go.
I mean, whatever it takes.
Yeah.
I'll do it.
How many are you, like a 3 cups a day, 4 cups a day?
It's so bad. So I've been like trying to balance it out where now if I have a cup of coffee, I have a glass of water thinking like, oh, well, it's going to help me drink more water, but I'm really just dehydrating myself all the time. So if it's like, if I have a show or something I need to do at night, it's kind of like I lose count, but it's usually around 4. Let's just say that feels like a good number, but it's probably 5 or 6.
Dang.
Yeah, but it's one of those things where like I don't notice it. Like I don't crash. I don't drink that much. So it's like if it's caffeine, I feel like there's so many worse things to be taking.
Yeah, definitely.
I'll do coffee. That sounds so stupid.
There's nothing wrong with coffee.
Yeah.
I guess everyone's tolerances are different. You know? And I feel like the more you drink it, years and years, you can start, like I couldn't do 6 cups. There's no fucking way.
Yeah. Well, you gotta,
I'd have a heart attack.
You gotta ease up,
Yeah.
You got to get to my level.
Yeah. You got a high tolerance.
Don't, because I go through so much coffee and like I spend a lot of money on coffee now, which is fine. But I remember about 2 years ago, I went on this kick of, I'm just going to stop doing everything I like just to see how I feel. So I stopped eating sugar, which was actually a good thing because I have a horrible sweet tooth that was like affecting my mood. Like I would like have a tantrum and then like catch myself and like be very disappointed. It was bad. So that was a good thing of this bizarre phase I went through. But then for some reason I zeroed in on coffee, and to be honest, I did it for 6 months, which is like now looking back, that's a really long time to not be on caffeine.
Yeah,
but
that is. That's impressive.
I hated it, and it was awful. Like, I learned nothing except...
It was just, you're never going to do that again? Was that what you learned?
Because I thought it would make me sleep. It would help my sleep, and it didn't really. I don't know why I did it. I wanted to try it. I did it. And I'm glad that I stuck to it, because if I make a commitment to myself, I'd like to follow it through.
Yeah.
Just to see if I can. And I think it's a good exercise anyway, to just
for sure.
follow through.
Yeah.
It was awful. Don't do it.
Yeah.
Because I tried that.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't, I didn't cut caffeine out. It was coffee. So everybody was like, oh, matcha tea. So I tried it. I was like, you gotta be kidding me.
Yeah, it doesn't do the same thing.
No, and it's just like makes your mouth taste weird, and it's expensive, and no, there is nothing like coffee.
No, there isn't.
No.
I was just talking to someone the other day about that. I forget who, but I feel like the buzz from coffee is an entire body.
Oh, yeah. It's
a sensation, where tea is more just like I feel it in my eyes. That's it.
Yeah.
Like I feel like my eye, like,
It's a different stimulation.
Yeah, totally different.
Yeah. Makes your teeth brown.
Yeah, I don't know. Coffee thing.
Are you a tea guy?
I like coffee and tea both equally. I drink 1 cup of coffee every morning.
Okay, and that's it.
And that's
your
it.
cutoff?
And I've been trying so hard to not do coffee, but I can't. I'm down to 1 cup.
That's good.
And it's actually just 1 shot of espresso with a lot of water in it. So I don't even
see the water.
I tend to not even finish it.
Yeah.
So I'm trying, but I need it, or else I'm the same as you. Luckily I'm down to 1 cup, and I'm cool with that. Mm-hmm. And I do like a tea at night. I like tea at night.
I do too. My thing is ginger tea.
Yeah.
I'm obsessed. That's like my come down. Espresso I find makes me tired.
Really?
It doesn't. Whenever I'm in Europe, I know people love espresso, and especially you're in Europe.
I wonder what that is.
It feels so romantic to drink it there, but I'm always like I'm the American person just like looking for like drip coffee.
A big gulp of coffee.
I always am vaguely embarrassed, but I don't care anymore, because it's like that's what I like.
Yeah.
That.
Yeah.
I'll have espresso, but for some reason Like, I almost said, I'll take that. I'll drink it. See, this is like, I have like an addict brain about it. I'll drink
it's
it and
addictive
then
as fuck.
it is. And
Yeah.
like, yeah, I'll drink the espresso and then just feel exhausted.
Interesting.
Yeah, I think
I wonder
maybe
what
because
that
there's
is.
no water. There's like less water. Like how
Yeah,
you add
maybe.
water. I don't know. It's not my thing.
Interesting. I've never heard anyone say that.
I know.
Usually it's the other way around. Like it's even more,
Yeah.
invigorating than coffee. But that's interesting.
Yeah, it doesn't do the same thing.
Must be tricky because how much have you been in Europe? Have you gone a lot?
A lot over the last couple of years. I've been a bunch, and in the UK as well. Last year I was there a lot for a long time. That's actually where I mixed my record,
Oh, cool.
and that was super fun. And again, I was just like looking for the coffee.
Yeah, it's tricky out there. It's
But-
all espresso, isn't it?
Yeah.
I haven't been there enough to know, but I heard it's just coffee is just espresso.
Yeah.
There.
And then they look at you and they have these things like a flat white. And I remember ordering that and being like, what the hell
Yeah.
is this?
flat, yeah.
But to be honest with you, it's got to the point where I travel with my own French pressing coffee. I don't fucking care.
Yeah, that's badass.
I
You got to do what you got to do,
Yeah, and I've become that person. Like I know what I like and I stay with it.
Yeah. That's good. That's actually really smart.
You wind up, because for how much I drink, I love that this has just become about coffee because I spend so much time like thinking about it that it's like this part of me that like clearly I need to talk about because I spend so
there's
much
nothing wrong with
time
that.
like, yeah. And even on tour, like I bring it and I like clean out my French press at like the gas station
Yeah. Yeah.
places
yeah.
and they always stare at me and they get mad because I clog the drain and like, that's just my little tour
That's funny.
perk, I guess.
Coffee. Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
coffee's pretty great.
It
I
is.
wonder if I feel like people that are really into coffee tend to be really into just stimulating things in general.
I think so.
Right.
I think it's really fun. One of my favorite things to do around 5 or 6, like it has to be dark. And then I make a pot of coffee and then I'll just sit down with my guitar and then I'm like, this is the greatest thing I've ever written. I mean, you're just like,
Yeah.
it's a euphoric
Yeah.
feeling. Sometimes something comes out of that, but also it just is good for me to just practice playing guitar that way. Just
Yeah.
like really high on caffeine.
Yeah.
It's fun.
That's so funny.
Whatever it takes,
I used to love it. I used to drink a lot. I used to be the same way. I was like way into coffee, and then it just started backfiring on me.
It's probably a good thing.
Whew. Yeah. So,
What would happen to you?
just like tremors. My whole body would start shaking.
Yeah.
Heart beating, sweating, get like really sweaty.
Yeah.
Something about too much coffee. I'll start just.
Yeah. It's a
So-
physical reaction.
Yeah, it's very physical. It's
Yeah.
great though. It's a weird balance. It's a lot like drinking where you have to know what your limit.
Yeah.
Kind of stick to it. So I'm doing all right with 1 cup. 1 cup in the morning doesn't seem to do anything that negative.
Yeah.
There's times I've done 2 cups in the morning and I'll like flip out.
Yeah,
So-
I've seen that happen to people.
Yeah.
But it's good. If you know what works for you, stick with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I always
There you go.
recommend.
You should write a little memoir, coffee memoir.
Well, do you know how fast I could write it if I had the right coffee?
There you go. How I would read that. I'd read your memoir on coffee. But then I probably would read it and I'd be so inspired to drink coffee. I'd fucking gulp down 4
Yeah.
cups and then have a nervous breakdown.
It's like my friends when they were doing drugs and they didn't have drugs, they would read like autobiographies of musicians when they were on drugs because they were like, I want to feel that way again. And it's really strange. It's weird what addiction will do to your brain.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely.
Good or bad.
Yeah.